Many branding efforts culminate with the statements. There are the brand essence statements, positioning statements, mission statements, value propositions, unique selling propositions, taglines, and so on. And you and I could waste a lot of time debating which is the best statement to use to describe your brand. We could also waste a lot of time working through how to input your brand content into a specific format or value proposition for a tagline or positioning statement. But we're not going to go there for 3 reasons. First, your brand is not and will never be about the statement. Your brand is not contained in that cool trademark tagline or perfectly written value proposition. Second, there is absolutely no consensus in the marketing, consulting, or business world about what those statements even mean. I remember one of the most useless debates I had with someone years ago when I just started out in consulting about what was a vision statement. I insisted a vision statement was about an envisioned future, and they insisted it was about the organization's enduring purpose for being. And then I countered, no, the enduring purpose statement it's a purpose statement. And they encountered that, no, my vision statement was really a big, hairy, audacious goal. All this to say, if you want to communicate your brand in a way that's meaningful to your potential clients, dicking around about format into a particular statement probably won't work anyway, because your potential clients probably use different formats anyway. Third, any format you use to describe your brand will evolve and be refined over time through use. It's impossible for anyone to sit down and write the brand statement, because you don't. It's something that you play with to get the language right, and then it's out of that play and use, the tagline will appear, and anything else you might need to further your business. So now that we just talked about what we're not going to do in this video, let's talk about what we are going to do. And what we're going to do is help begin the process of creating your personally branded response to the question, what do you do? You know you're successful when you can answer that question in such a way that makes it very, very clear to the person that you're talking to that they are a prospect or they know someone else who might be. And that's it. Along with this video is a worksheet with 2 columns. Now the first column is titled, Do You Know How? And the second one is titled, What I Do. Under the Do You Know How, describe the top 8 to 10 problems or pains that your clients experience, especially the ones that are relevant to your expertise and stance. And then under the What I Do, list how your expertise and stance solve those problems or pains. And once you've completed this exercise, you are well on your way to making a powerful brand promise. So let's play this out. You're at a party, you get introduced to someone new, and the inevitable question comes up, what do you do? In the past, you might have said something like, well, I'm a consultant who helps companies improve performance. And then you get that puzzled look because most of the time, no one really even knows what a consultant is. But now what you can do is draw from this exercise that you just completed. So for example, what I might say is this, is that when someone asks me what I do, I would say, well, you know how when companies grow from small to large, they start having all kinds of problems and pains that they didn't have before, like finger pointing and lots of people doing the same thing or going in a completely different direction and work starts falling through the cracks? What I do is help them quickly and accurately get their arms around all of those issues so that they can grow smart. Or here's another response to the question, what do you do? I would say, you know how there are people out there who would love to start their own consulting practice, perhaps work from home, be their own boss, own their time and make more money than they do today, but they just don't know how to market their services or even know what to do if they get a client? Well, I'm a teacher and coach, and what I do is show people the best way to transform their expertise into a thriving consulting practice. I teach people a step-by-step approach to getting and delivering high-end consulting gigs so that they can build extremely successful consulting practices. The objective here is practice your branded communication for first in person so that eventually you can start get the language that you can use in your marketing materials and on the web and in your social media. And you know you got this right is when you pique the interest of real prospects and get approached for right fit work more often than not. And when your target market knows exactly what is in your wheelhouse and is motivated to reach out to you for that, you will know that you've done exceptional branding work. So now it's your turn to practice. Download the worksheet and start the process. And plan on polishing and refining your do you know how and what I do response until you're completely comfortable with the flow. And wait to hear more and more people saying, tell me more. So now you've officially completed the brand building process. Join me in part 3 where we're going to go over strategies on how to effectively position your brand. And if you want to practice more on the Do You Know How, What I Do process, sign up for the Consulting Skills Practice Sessions where we can role play this together.